Imagine carrying a heavy bag of worries. Yet when you look inside, it's filled with nothing but air, empty fears, imagined scenarios, and illusions that have never come to pass. This is the nature of worrying about things that never happen. It is the mind's way of keeping you trapped in a cycle of fear, a game of preparing for what is not real, as if doing so will make you safe. But no amount of worrying has ever added a single moment of peace or clarity to your life. Worry thrives in the mind's habit of wandering into an imagined future, creating scenarios that may never come to pass. It's as though we are rehearsing pain, preparing for disaster, or endlessly solving problems that don't yet exist. Yet, the paradox of worry is that it never arises in the present moment. It lives exclusively in the realm of thought. Presence, the act of fully inhabiting the now, is the antidote to this habit of mental time travel. When you bring your attention to the present, you realize that worry is powerless without the fuel of your focus. Think of a time you felt deeply worried about something in the future. Perhaps it was an exam, a difficult conversation, or financial uncertainty. How much of that fear turned into reality? Most of the time, the scenarios we construct in our minds are exaggerations or outright fabrications. Even if a challenge does arise, our ability to deal with it comes from clarity and presence, not from endless mental rehearsal. To understand this fully, you must recognize the nature of worry. It is a thought. It is not reality, but rather the mind's attempt to control what has not yet occurred. Worry creates an illusion of preparation, but actually drains your energy and creativity. When you focus on the present, you interrupt this loop. Presence demands that you step out of the stream of thought and into the stillness of being. How do you cultivate presence? Start by becoming aware of your breath. The breath is always in the now. Close your eyes and take a deep inhale, followed by a slow exhale. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. For those few moments, your mind may quiet. You are no longer lost in anxious projections. Instead, you are anchored in something real, your own life force. Another way to invite presence is to engage fully with your surroundings. Look around you. Notice the textures, colors, and sounds that are present in this moment. Feel the ground beneath your feet. When you direct your attention to these sensory experiences, your mind has less space to create imaginary fears. Presence also involves acceptance. Worry often arises because we resist uncertainty. We want guarantees, answers, and control. But life is unpredictable, and its beauty lies in its unpredictability. When you accept that uncertainty is part of existence, you free yourself from the need to resolve every potential outcome in advance. Instead, you trust that when challenges arise, you will meet them with the same clarity and resilience you access in the present. Practice this the next time worry arises. Pause. Ask yourself, is this happening right now, or is it only a thought? Return to your breath. Return to the moment. Over time, you will find that the present is not just a refuge from worry, but a profound source of peace. It is here in the now that life unfolds, and it is only here that you can truly live. Fear has a way of convincing us it is real, immediate, and unavoidable. Yet when you look closely, most fears are not born of actual events, but are mental projections, thoughts about what might happen, not what is happening. These projections have little grounding in reality, yet they have the power to paralyze us, drain our energy, and rob us of the peace that is available in the present moment. Consider this: how often have you worried about something that never came to pass? Perhaps you dreaded a conversation, expecting confrontation, only for it to go smoothly. Or you stayed awake at night fearing the worst-case scenario about a decision, only to find later that the outcome wasn't even close to what you had imagined. This is the nature of the mind. It constructs narratives, often fueled by anxiety, but these narratives are rarely reflective of reality. To understand why most fears are projections, you must observe the mechanism of the mind. The mind is constantly in motion, seeking problems to solve and dangers to avoid. It's a survival mechanism rooted in our evolution. However, in today's world, we often face challenges that are psychological, not physical, and the mind's instinct to anticipate danger can become excessive. It projects possible outcomes, many of which are exaggerated, improbable, or entirely fictional. The key to freeing yourself from these projections is awareness. The moment you notice fear arising, pause and ask yourself, is this fear based on something happening now, or is it a thought about the future? Most of the time you'll find that it's the latter. By simply recognizing that the fear is a projection, you begin to dissolve its grip. Fear thrives on unawareness. Once you shine the light of presence on it, its power diminishes. Another practice is to question the fear. If you fear failure, ask yourself, what is the evidence that this will happen, or even if this fear comes true, how would I handle it? Often, when you investigate your fears with curiosity rather than resistance, you discover that they are far less threatening than they first appeared. You might even realize that you possess more resilience and adaptability than you give yourself credit for. One of the most liberating truths about fear is that it cannot exist in the now. It depends on the mind projecting itself into an imagined future. When you focus fully on the present, whether it's through mindfulness, deep breathing, or simply observing your surroundings, fear loses its foundation. The present moment is rarely as frightening as the mind makes it out to be. Fear, like a shadow, appears large and looming when seen from a distance, but as you approach it with awareness, you realize it has no substance. It is a creation of the mind, not a reflection of reality. Remember this, you are not your fears, you are the awareness that observes them. And in that awareness lies your freedom. One of the greatest sources of worry and anxiety is our resistance to uncertainty. The mind craves control, wanting to predict and manage every aspect of the future. Yet life's very nature is unpredictable. No matter how much we plan or prepare, there will always be unknowns. Paradoxically, it is not the uncertainty itself that creates our suffering, but our refusal to accept it. The moment you embrace uncertainty as an intrinsic part of life, you free your mind from the endless struggle of trying to control the uncontrollable. Uncertainty is not a flaw in life, it is what makes life dynamic, fluid, and full of possibility. If everything were predetermined, there would be no space for growth, discovery, or the unexpected joys that arise when life unfolds in ways you didn't foresee. Reflect on the moments in your life that brought you the most happiness or profound change. Often these were events you couldn't have planned, for meeting someone by chance, stumbling upon an opportunity, or finding strength you didn't know you had during a challenge. These moments came not from certainty but from the unknown. The human mind, however, often equates uncertainty with danger. It creates worst-case scenarios, convincing you that uncertainty must be resolved immediately to ensure safety. But this is an illusion. Trying to eliminate uncertainty is like trying to hold water in your hands. It slips through your fingers no matter how tightly you grasp. The harder you try to control, the more anxiety you feel. The key to freedom lies in shifting your perspective. Instead of resisting uncertainty, welcome it as a natural part of existence. When you stop fighting the unknown, you conserve your energy for what truly matters, responding to life as it happens. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity or resignation, it means releasing the futile effort to predict and control every outcome. It means trusting that you have the resilience and resourcefulness to handle whatever arises. To practice accepting uncertainty, start small. The next time you feel anxious about an outcome, pause and remind yourself, I don't need to know everything right now. Breathe deeply and bring your attention to the present moment. Notice that in this moment you are safe. The uncertainty you fear exists only as a thought in your mind. It is not your reality right now. Another way to embrace uncertainty is to view it as a teacher. Each moment of not knowing is an opportunity to practice trust in yourself, in the flow of life, and in your ability to adapt. When you let go of the need for guarantees, you make space for creativity and clarity. You begin to see that uncertainty is not your enemy, but a gateway to deeper presence and growth. Remember, life is a dance with the unknown. It is not a puzzle to solve, but a mystery to experience. Trust in the unfolding, and you will find that even in uncertainty, there is a profound sense of freedom and peace. Amid the noise of your mind, its constant chatter, fears, and imagined scenarios, there exists a quiet, unchanging presence, your awareness. This awareness is the part of you that notices your thoughts but is not bound by them. It is the still space from which you observe your emotions, your body, and the world around you. When you recognize that your awareness is greater than any thought or fear, you begin to reclaim your peace and freedom. Fear often arises because we identify with our thoughts. We believe them to be true, important, and reflective of reality. If a thought says this will go wrong, we feel as though it's an unshakable prediction. If a thought says you're not good enough, we accept it as fact. But here's the liberating truth: thoughts are not facts. They are fleeting mental events, like clouds passing through the sky of your awareness. The sky remains vast and untouched, no matter how dark or stormy the clouds may seem. To understand this, try a simple exercise. Close your eyes and take a moment to notice your thoughts. Instead of engaging with them, simply observe them as they arise. You might notice a thought about the past, the future, or something trivial. Now ask yourself, who is noticing this thought? That which notices the thought is your awareness. It is separate from the thought itself. The thought comes and goes, but your awareness remains steady and present. Fear loses its grip when you stop identifying with it. When a fearful thought arises, instead of saying, "I am afraid," say, "I notice fear." This small shift creates distance between you and the thought. You are no longer consumed by it, you are the observer of it. In this space of observation, fear begins to dissolve. It no longer has the power to dictate your state of mind. Awareness is not only greater than your thoughts, it is also greater than any circumstance. Even in moments of challenge or uncertainty, your awareness remains your anchor. For instance, imagine facing a situation that feels overwhelming, a difficult conversation, an uncertain future, or a pressing decision. In these moments, pause and turn your attention inward. Notice the thoughts and emotions arising. Acknowledge them without judgment, and then shift your focus to the present moment. Feel your breath, your body, and the sensations around you. In this practice, you reconnect with your awareness, which is always calm and capable. The beauty of awareness is its neutrality. It doesn't label experiences as good or bad, it simply observes. This neutrality allows you to approach life with greater clarity and compassion. When fear arises, you don't have to resist it or fight it. Instead, you can allow it to exist without letting it consume you. Remember this: you are not your thoughts, emotions, or fears. You are the awareness in which they arise and fade. This awareness is vast, infinite, and untouched by the temporary fluctuations of the mind. When you live from this awareness, you discover a profound sense of freedom and inner peace. Fear may come and go, but it can never define you. Worry is a thief. It steals your time, energy, and attention, leaving you caught in a loop of imagined fears and unresolved concerns. But perhaps its greatest theft is the beauty of the present moment. While you are busy worrying about what might happen tomorrow, life is unfolding here and now, vivid, rich, and full of wonder. The present moment is all we truly have, yet worry distracts us, preventing us from fully experiencing it. Consider this: when you worry, your mind is consumed with thoughts of the future scenarios that are often exaggerated or entirely fictional. Meanwhile, the simple joys of the present moment go unnoticed. You might miss the laughter of a loved one, the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the subtle rhythm of your breath. These are the moments that make life meaningful, yet they slip away when your attention is trapped in worry. The irony is that worrying doesn't change the future, it only diminishes your experience of the now. No amount of anxious thinking can control what lies ahead. Instead, it creates a mental fog, clouding your judgment and preventing you from responding effectively to what life presents. When you let go of worry and focus on the moment, you gain clarity, strength, and a deeper appreciation for life as it is. One way to break free from the grip of worry is to practice presence. Presence is the act of fully inhabiting the moment you are in, without judgment or distraction. You can start small. The next time you catch yourself worrying, pause and take a deep breath. Bring your attention to your surroundings. What do you see, hear, and feel? Notice the sensations of your body, the colors around you, or the sounds in the background. This simple act of shifting your focus can anchor you in the present and loosen the hold of worry. Another powerful practice is gratitude. Worry focuses on what could go wrong, but gratitude shifts your perspective to what is already good. Take a moment to reflect on what you are thankful for right now. It could be as simple as a kind word from a friend, a warm meal, or the ability to breathe and move freely. Gratitude pulls you out of the future and grounds you in the richness of the moment. It's also helpful to remind yourself that life is not a problem to solve but a mystery to experience. Uncertainty is an intrinsic part of existence, and worrying about every possible outcome only prevents you from enjoying the journey. Trust that you have the strength to face challenges when they arise. Instead of trying to predict or prevent every difficulty, focus on responding to what is here and now. When you release worry, you'll open yourself to the full spectrum of life. You notice the little miracles that are always present: the beauty of a sunrise, the taste of your favorite food, the connection in a heartfelt conversation. These moments are life itself, unfolding perfectly, just as they are. Let go of worry and let yourself be fully alive. Life is not meant to be lived in the shadow of fear or the grasp of worry. The mind may attempt to pull you into an imagined future filled with uncertainty and doubt, but the truth is simpler and far more liberating. The present moment is all you truly have. Worry does not prevent tomorrow's challenges, it only robs today of its peace. When you embrace the now, accept uncertainty, and remember that you are the awareness behind all thoughts and emotions, you reclaim your freedom. Worry may still arise, but it no longer controls you. Instead, you meet it with clarity, presence, and trust in your ability to handle life as it unfolds. Each moment offers a choice: to be consumed by fear or to live fully and consciously in the present. Choose presence. Choose trust. Choose life. In doing so, you will discover a profound peace that no amount of worry could ever bring. Let go, and let life unfold as it must, moment by moment, with grace and beauty.